The cargo unloading incident highlights critical risks linked to load shifting, where cargo becomes unstable during transit due to vibrations or sudden braking, creating a dangerous collapse hazard upon opening the trailer. The operator's failure to stand clear of the doors and the lack of a preliminary inspection signify major gaps in safety procedures and demonstrate how complacency during final checks can lead to severe damage and workplace risk. To prevent such outcomes, personnel must always stand to the side of the door when opening it, and businesses must strictly implement load restraint solutions like netting or bulkheads. Furthermore, consistent hazard recognition training is essential so that workers always anticipate shifted loads. Ultimately, this serves as a lesson in standardizing logistics, emphasizing that workplace safety is a continuous chain of actions where discipline and proactive assessment remain vital. Would you like a safety checklist for unloading cargo? The incident in a Davidson due TKT GEP4 reveals critical risks associated with scissor lifts, where a sudden flare-up likely stemmed from a fuel leak or ruptured hydraulic line contacting hot engine components. The lack of adequate heat shielding between the engine and the platform facilitated rapid fire spread, while potential electrical shorts in the control panel suggest degraded wiring. This event highlights the necessity of rigorous pre-operational inspections to detect fluid leaks and verify connections, alongside an emphasis on preventive maintenance for aged hydraulic hoses and electrical junctions. Furthermore, it underscores that emergency preparedness, such as having accessible extinguishers and proficient staff, must always be coupled with prioritizing safe evacuation. Ultimately, this case serves as a vital reminder that safety at height requires comprehensive environmental control, and a strong safety culture must empower workers to refuse operating compromised equipment. Would you like a safety checklist focusing on these fire prevention points? Industrial welding on storage vessels carries extreme risks if they are not fully depressurized and cleared of flammables. When welding heat is applied to a vessel that has not been professionally cleaned, residual substances can vaporize and reach a combustion threshold, causing an immediate pressure release. This process is worsened by heat transfer, where blocked vents cause internal pressure to spike within milliseconds, exceeding the shell's structural integrity. A fundamental failure often involves neglecting mandatory clear and purge protocols or bypassing gas testing to identify trapped flammable compounds. Welders must adopt a latent energy mindset, never assuming a container is empty without a formal permit to work. Ultimately, safety relies on engineering controls, such as automatic relief valves and proper ventilation, rather than individual vigilance alone. Handling livestock manually from elevated platforms creates significant physical risks, as the animal's weight combined with gravity generates momentum that human strength cannot restrain. The incident highlights a critical failure in workspace demarcation. The handler stood directly in the animal's path, leaving no retreat route. This type of error often stems from complacency, where routine tasks lead to misjudging an animal's unpredictable stress response. Furthermore, performing such high-risk operations without mechanical aids or a spotter significantly elevates the danger. A professional work environment must prioritize safety through engineering controls, such as automated chutes and reinforced barriers, to isolate handlers from livestock. Ultimately, this incident confirms that prioritizing speed over fundamental safety protocols is unsustainable. True professional practice requires isolating risks through infrastructure rather than relying on experience. The incident in Detik Truk Terguling Penumpang to Timbu, ME-P4 highlights critical risks where dynamic load shifting of bulk commodities leads to vehicle rollovers when the center of gravity shifts abruptly during turns. This instability is often exacerbated by excessive speed and poor steering maneuvers that fail to account for the physics of unsecured bulk cargo. Furthermore, the lack of protected zones allowed bystanders to be caught in the spill, underscoring systemic safety failures. To mitigate these dangers, transport companies must enforce strict load leveling protocols and utilize specialized trailers, while drivers require comprehensive training in bulk cargo driving techniques to master speed management and avoid sudden inputs. Establishing temporary exclusion zones with physical barriers is essential to keep personnel safe from operational danger zones. Ultimately, This serves as a stark lesson that preventing such incidents requires a dual approach of rigorous cargo stability management and strict maintenance of safety buffers for everyone nearby. Would you like a safety checklist for operating bulk cargo transport?